Okay, so this is an update for problem 6618. Let me open it up. I will expand it. So this is a normal approximation to the binomial. So what we want to do is to estimate x bar, or mu and sigma. If it's going to be a normal, we need mu and sigma. All right, so if we assume that 38.5% have sleepwalked, then that's our expected proportion. So to open up the calculator, we need x bar and s. And for a binomial, the special formulas, I better show you those. I'm going to have to put that down. I'm going to have to, well, I'm just going to tell you what they are. The mean is NP. So we're going to assume that P for the population is 38.5%. So 0.385 times 1499. This will be our mu. 577. We can't use a partial, so we're going to say mu is 577. Now, sigma is the square root of NPQ. Well, we already have NP, so I take the square root of NP, which is 577.115, times Q. Well, if P is 38.5%, then Q is 61.5%. So that'll be 0.615. And so S, or sigma, is we'll call it 18.839. So now we can use that in the normal. The only thing is we have to make the normal a continuity correction. And since it says that 615 or more, then I'm including 615. So we want the probability that X is greater than or equal to 615. But with the continuity correction, we have to change it to 614.5. We have to move back a half a unit. So I will now open up StatCrunch. And I will go to Stat Calculator Normal, because we're going to use the normal to approximate the binomial. And the mean, which we calculated 577, the standard deviation, we calculated 18.839. And we want the probability that X is greater than, with the correction, it was 614.5. Compute. So to 4 decimal places, it's 0233. So 0233. Okay, so that's the approximation. Is it significantly, is that result of 615 or more significantly high? Well, it's less than 5%, so it's in the tail. So yes. So we're going to assume it's 5%. We're assuming it's a right tail test, 5% in the right tail. Well, our p-value is like 2.5%, just a little bit less than 2.5, which is less than 5%. So it is significant. Okay. What do the results suggest about the rate of 38.5? Well, 38.5 is at the middle of our distribution, and we actually came up with almost 58%. And so since we're way in the tail, we can say that claim is not supportable. We can't support the claim. We have to go with an alternative. We can't support it. So I think D is the way, worded the correct way. All the other ones are distractors. Okay? So we ended up in the tail. That's the bottom line. When you end up in the tail, then you have to go with the flow. Now, that's the normal approximation, 0.0233. What we can do is get the actual. So we can close this and do stat calculator binomial. And we tell it that n is, we can do the actual numbers. See, what was it? Oh, if I can remember. Whew. If I opened the calculator, maybe I could see it in the calculator. N was 1499. That's what it was. It was 1499. And P was 38.5%, so 0.385. And we want the probability that X was greater than or equal to 615. Here, we don't have to make a correction because it's the binomial. And you can see that the actual is 0.0239, pretty close. In the old days, we couldn't do this type of actual binomial calculation. It was just beyond the. There's too many numbers to calculate. This is real difficult. But high-speed machinery, we can do it now. We no longer need the normal. The normal is kind of a throwaway, but you can see how close it is. Okay, so that is question 6618. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. And this is Dr. K.